Alright, hello everybody, I am Malcreos of Malcreos Mangles, and I'm going to mangle up some The Great Circus Mystery starring Mickey and Minnie. This game... Actually, let me just make sure we're doing easy, any percent easy mode. Making sure that we are still set on that. The game start time will be whenever I make a choice between Mickey and Minnie. There is a very secret difference between the two, but I'm gonna leave it up to people themselves sorry, a little bit of nerves here. Who they think I should play as, and I'm gonna abuse a bit of my powers as a moderator for Strizer, so I can throw a poll up at the same time. And just say, there should be voting buttons up in Twitch, but I'm seeing a lot of Minnie. The one that starts with M. Well, that's a good choice. Okay. I'm told that there was a South Park episode that came by, something about Mickey and Minnie, but the story of this game is that Mickey and Minnie are going to the circus, and Mickey was late to pick her up, and now they're coming back, finding out that everything is a mess. Alright, it's looking like it's going to be heavily in Minnie's favor. So we're not going to wait for that timer to end. We're going to get going so that way we don't fall too far behind. So I'm going to give it a 3, 2, 1. Let's go on that. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go! So as you might have guessed, the first level happens in the circus itself. You gotta explore why everything is going wrong. This game has a few... well, it doesn't have too many mechanics. One important thing to know is that whenever you're going downhill, you will slow down. Or you will accelerate, rather, so you want to be hitting those downhills as often as you can. And we're already at the first mini-boss. Another thing, it will be a costume change mechanic. That we will be seeing a little later. Oh, there you go. That went pretty well, honestly. Fun fact about this game is that you can completely manipulate the RNG for the first 4 levels. When I say you, I mean you. I cannot. I'm not that good yet. But now we just run into Donald, who's took advantage of the situation to loot the circus and making a mess of things. But luckily, we ended up getting our first costume, the vacuum cleaner. Which will let us vacuum up some enemies and some blocks. Though we'll do neither of those things. Go, avoid that enemy. Oh, wait a little bit. So we're going to take advantage of these ramps, gain some speed. And we're arriving on the first boss here. That sucks. So I see what you did there. First lion boss, not too hard. Just got to jump on his head. When his hair is twirling like this, and you touch it, it does do damage. Luckily, we managed to vacuum up some of his the front pieces of his hair, so we don't have to worry about it unless I make that mistake right there. And that's first boss down. We're going to do a costume change right now to avoid a costume change in the later levels. So we just... sorry, I'm having a bit of trouble with my splits on my end. Not that I should really worry about that right now. So we just encountered some ghosts. We're like, hey, are you guys the ones who messed up the circus? They're like, no, 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 but we've got your dog back home for some reason. Come on over and have this safari suit. This suit will allow us to climb walls and stay hooked on these little nodes, which I know are supposed to be Mickey Mouse heads, but I can't unsee the fact that they look like little sloth faces, and neither can you now. So this turtle boss, really easy. He's got two things he does. Either jumps on the side where you can jump on his head, or goes up in the middle and spits water at you. He cannot go up in the middle 2 times in a row, but he can go to the side, but no more than twice in a row. Which we got there too, so that's pretty good. Here I am still trying to fix my stuff on the side while I'm doing this. Terrible thing to do. Bonk. Yeah. I mean, you did have your own fundraiser for your dog. Sorry, I was not supposed to do that, but again, not paying attention, trying to fix my things. But now they're fixed, so that's enough of that, and you've got all my focus. Well, actually, that's not true. The game has all my focus. And that's the turtle down. So we're gonna do this climb here. I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to do this part of the level. Not like that. Oh my goodness, okay. Normally, I only know that way, except supposed to be cleaner. So that's gonna leave the rest of this area a little tricky. I don't want to lose a life. It's not game-breaking if I do, but it just means I gotta play this a little bit more carefully. Now, those who can manipulate the RNG for this level perfectly will have the easiest boss in the world. I accidentally did it earlier today in practice, so who knows, maybe this is going to happen again. But here's this gorilla boss, which all you have to do is jump on his head and then kind of stay hanging on this wall, and he's going to do most of the work for you. He does have another action where he rolls around and goes up into the trees, and okay, that's it. So that's a perfectly manipulated level by accident right there. I shelled out a whoopin'. That's true. I did forget to say that during the turtle boss, you guys should shell out some donations, but totally original joke that I stole from Circus. So now you've arrived into the ghost's house. He's like, hey, here's your dog, and also you're a cowgirl now. So that's cool. Which is one of the costumes we'll be using. Okay, I'm sorry, I got confused, a little spooked there because of the ghost. And made a bit of a mistake there, but that's alright. Oh, that also is alright. It kind of worked out. So we're trying to get to the end of there. Those ghosts are like, hey, watch out, our buddy's taken over and it's causing us some trouble, so we're going to try to reach the end of here. We're trying to figure out what caused all these issues in the circus. So this horse has a pop cap gun, which allows us to shoot out of range, and it allows us to bounce a little higher and do some extra damage on enemies and have a little charge attack. So this Pete has 2 attacks. He'll either look at some books and suggest us some heavy reading, which will then bounce on his head, or he'll breathe fire down. So this is a pretty simple boss. It might take a bit of time, so if there's any donations, then that would be a good time to shout them out.
What a coincidence. I actually have 2 donations here. The First is Reedman Dweep, donated $10 saying Malcreos is the man.
Oh, thanks, Reed.
And Jassy Frickination donated $5 saying Malcreos, Manglianglio, Mangles the great circus mystery with Mickey and or Minnie. That was a mouthful. So thank you so much, guys, for the donations. We are working towards our next goal, so really very much appreciate it.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. And I got a little confused there listening to those lovely words. And just kind of stood there, but now I switched over to the Safari outfit so I can rotate this level. And proceed to the next zone, heading towards the last boss. A fun thing about this game is that it's very forgiving. So if anybody wants to pick up a speed run, oops, you're allowed to have a lot of oopses, as you can see. If you die, you spawn right into the middle of the screen. If you have a continue, you oops, see? If you need to continue, you start right at the mini boss that you fought, or at the beginning of the level. It's not a place that I'm supposed to charge right there. So it's really fun and really easy to pick up. Apparently, really hard to go up those stairs. Third boss. It's this ghost man. There is a way to get him to spawn some little ghosts, bounce off them, and then jump on his head, and I do believe it does more damage. But you do need to take some damage boosts to do that, and I didn't allow that for myself right now with the amount of hearts I've got, so we're just going to play it safe and just do the jump and pop cap him. So I think one more should be it for him. Alright, there we go. And then we instantly go down this rope, slide down, and you realize that there's actually a hole in the rope. You don't question why the rope is standing up in the middle of nowhere. But it happens, but it's cartoon logic, so it makes sense. So now we've reached the caves. Where there's going to be an auto-scroller part where we're going to be taking a death. And despite the fact that it might look like I'm just a terrible player, I am. But that one will actually be intentional. Because the game expects you to switch over to your pop cap gun and bust these blocks open and give yourself a path. But this is trying to be a speedrun. So we're gonna not do that, and we're just gonna let ourselves drown a little bit. And, oh, spawn right in the middle of the screen, and here we go. Didn't have to waste any time transitioning to our horse outfit, our cowgirl outfit, and switching back to the Spelunker, or the Safari outfit. So this is, again, one of the last level that could be RNG manipulated. To control the mini-boss, the behavior of the final boss. Okay, so that's... Didn't mean to get sent to the left side of the block there, but that's okay. We still made it with 2 damage, and that's what we're expecting. So we made it work. It allowed us to reach the light beams to climb instantly. I managed to do a frame-perfect trick there and switch over to my outfit during the transition to save a bit of time. Oh. Oh. Apparently, that's the end of my luck, though. That's the end of my luck. But we saved it. We saved it. Now switch back to the Spelunker outfit. I keep calling it the Spelunker, but it's really the Safari outfit. It's just, it feels like it makes more sense that it's a spelunking thing. So we're gonna unfortunately hit this guy, lose a bit of momentum. Try to run away for this big egg, which can't possibly be from anything normal other than... Oh, wait, what is this? There's dinosaurs around. So this boss is pretty easy. You just gotta bonk him on the head 4 times. He'll either... The head will either show up near the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen. I struggle sometimes when it's at the top of the screen without having a little boost. Luckily, we're gonna have some friends here showing up that I can count on for support. Oh, we made it. We made it. I risked it. I had 3 health. I could afford the loss. There we go. And so just one more boop and he's gonna be gone. We're gonna boop that snoot. And he's down. What up, friends? All right. This level, as you can already see, is my bane. I am very uncomfortable with it. And so you'll... Luckily, I made it here with some life to spare. So that's unfortunate. Normally I'm supposed to have a bit more health, take a damage boost there. Luckily, I've learned that there's a heart in that block, so that'll give me a bit of bonus. This mini-boss is not good times for me. So he'll go and hide inside his little ice thing. Though you can, luckily, shoot him through it when he's in it. Ooh! Actually, this went pretty well, and I managed to boost up while the water was down, so I don't have to switch back to my safari outfit to climb up. So I got pretty lucky there. So now we're in this water area, which will freeze you, or I guess run out of air, if you don't hit those bubbles, though the game doesn't really indicate that. And now I'm probably going to take some damage right there. No, okay, I made it. I am going to take this heart, though, because now I forgot to hit that thing. We go between these spikes, because 1 is the fastest way, plus it'll give us 2 extra health, or 1-ups. Which will give me a bit more breathing room for later. As I said, this game is very forgiving. And now we're going to take a death here. Unintentional, but... Another unintentional thing was me holding my charge here for so long, because I wanted to actually shoot that block here, which will freeze all the enemies, make me immune to their damage. Take a little charge here. Take a little damage here, but that's okay. I panicked. I panicked, but it's okay. Like I said, you get rezzed instantly. That is not the outfit I need. Now we're going to get to use the vacuum cleaner for the second and only time in the game, where we're going to vacuum up this vacuum and make batteries, because that's where batteries come from. Vacuum up this cloud, I just wanted to say. Vacuum up these vacuums. So he has 3 different attacks. One is shoot these little ice blocks. The other one is shoot these pieces of lightning. And the third one is just a maneuvering up and down in an S pattern. We're being very unlucky with his patterns right now. So there we go. That's the pattern we want. Yes, clouds make batteries. Well, that's where lightning comes from, as you can see. If I touch him, I turn into an ice cube. And you can interrupt his attacks by getting close and vacuuming him up. And try to get him to reset a different attack. Oh, that's the one I want. I kind of messed that one up there. There we go. That's a good pattern. Is that enough? That's enough. We vacuumed him up for the last time. Hey, I actually remembered to do a costume change right at the end there. Oh, it didn't actually count. I didn't do it fast enough. So now we're on to the final level. Where we find out that, oh no, what's going on? We finally made it. Now, where's that no-good Baron Pete hiding? We don't know exactly, but I have a feeling that the dark, ominous castle with the giant shadow or ghost of Baron Pete is probably a good indication of where he is. So we'll switch back to the Spelunker outfit and have a little bit of a run through here. And we're gonna make a mistake here, but that's okay. It just slows us down a little bit. We're gonna go and wait for these chains to pass over us just to get the timing right. That way we can swoop by with untouched from the third chain. Now we're gonna bounce here, and I can't remember if I just thought about it or if I actually vocalized this, but we're about to see some friends that we'd seen before. Not Baron Pete, I know. But this time, we're better equipped. But apparently not better skilled. So Weasel, technically Weasel number 3 that we fought. 2 of them were jugglers. One of them was a construction worker. Actually, I gotta stop. And now we find another painting. Pete is a very vain man. Refights? Yeah, Mega Man called. So you're gonna tell us to read a book. We're gonna say, no, I'd rather wait for the Netflix special. Oh, I got a little distracted. I got a little distracted by looking at chat right now, and I probably shouldn't have. This one takes a few more bonks, but oops. We're nearly there. Oof, okay, I thought I messed that up. So I wait to the side to find out whether or not he's going to send books or fire at me, because I can stand under him for the books, but for the fire, it's gonna deal some damage unless unless I'm fairly precise. I've had issues in my practice this morning with that ghost, and I got a little scared. So we're gonna try to bait the flames to go higher so I can sneak underneath and then get him to charge in, so that worked out pretty well. That worked out a little less well. That's okay. Whoops. I got a little hasty on the pressing pause, but that's okay. So we're going to switch back to the Spelunker outfit here. Wait for it to shoot. I accidentally switched back to the Spelunker outfit in the bottom choices, but I want to be in this outfit. So here's Baron Pete, also pretending to be a Cubone, putting on a skull on his head to protect himself, but I'm going to show him how that's a bad idea. I'm going to show you how that's a bad idea to jump on his hands. Fortunately, I need to get on top of his head. I was a little too early. I should have waited for him to stop casting, so I could get a bounce on top of his skull to really show him who's boss. Okay. That's phase 1 down, and unfortunately I lost a lot of my bullets. Which is okay, because I can still use the old power of the jump, learning a thing or two from Mario. But like all Petes, they're also magic dragons. And like his portrait, he also has the power of flames. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're getting a little choky. That's okay. We got one last life, and it's no big deal. Cause yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I did that on purpose just to get all my ammo back. Yeah, yeah, guys. So time is gonna be right now, apparently. Right now. So that's it. This is the Great Circus Mystery. Despite a lot of choking, I still managed to do pretty okay for me. With a 23:31 on your timer, 23:28. We're not too far off. So this, I don't consider myself a speedrunner. Thanks for the GGs, everybody. I don't consider myself a speedrunner. This is something that I picked up because I wanted to get into this community, and Strizer86 here, who's hosting this for us, suggested, it's like, hey, why don't you go check out this group called RGR? And I'm sorry, Strizer, I'm doing a little plug there for them, which is a group that every month they do a different speed run that none of them have done, and try to learn it in 2 weeks and give it a shot. And this is the first game I participated in, and I learned. I learned this, like I said, in 2 weeks, less a bit because I kept putting it off, and participated in the race, won, and then I got to pick the choices of the games for the next month. So I think that's a pretty great community and a great way to get into speedrunning. And if I can do it, anybody can. So please, please give it a shot. Give it a shot. And as you can see, this was pretty forgiving, so that's about it for me, so thanks for having me.